What do you think of when you consider abstract art? Is it this?
You have these shapes that you think you know what they are, but maybe not.
Or this?
Can it just be found and therefore art?
Or this?
It's sculpture. It's to be viewed in the 3 dimensions rather than just a painting on the wall.
All 3 are examples from new exhibitions bringing abstract art to the Arvada Center galleries for 2012. And all 3 come from Colorado artists.
And these 3 exhibits, I think, are a great overview of Colorado abstraction.
In the main gallery, it's all about time, space, and motion, with a career retrospective of Robert Mangold's work from 1955 to the present.
In the show, we have his oldest, welded sculpture, and then right next to it is his most recent created piece in 2011.
Pulling the exhibit together was a monumental task, as Mangold's creations have landed in collections around the world.
They're kind of off the beaten path. We had to work with the artist and his wife to really kind of hunt down and find where these pieces might be at.
One Mangold sculpture even caught a breeze in a White House garden at one time.
Today is a windy day, so you can see it in all of its glory. It's a Robert Mangold, and it's called Wind Song 3, and it's so joyous.
Mangold himself admits it is moving to see decades of his work come together in one space at the Arvada Center. And he'll eagerly share his notions about time, space, and motion, and the dreams and scientific principles that have inspired his art. His fascination with it all may have begun with a high school physics class and a teacher who explained the world is made up of atoms with electrons circling around them.
It seemed to me at the time, I felt my desk, which had a lot of scratches in it, of course, in those days, and I thought, gee, this piece of wood is moving. We can't see it moving, but it was. So from then on, I paid attention.
And a lifetime of exploring sculptured forms followed. After settling in Denver in the 1960s, Mangold joined the Metropolitan State College of Denver, where he designed Metro's art department, gaining a reputation as the Dean of Colorado Contemporary Sculpture. The Arvada Center's exhibit shows 4 distinct segments of Mangold's works. First, anemotives.
Most of these are wind-driven kinetic works. They have kind of these cups and spherical shapes, majority of them do, that are wind-driven, turn in the wind. Then we have the I-beam series, which are made of I and H beams, industrial material. We have the tetrahedralhyperspheres, and these investigate space and movement as well. And these are the more dipped shape. You have, has more curves rather than the I-beams.
The fourth is called points traveling through space at an erratic speed.
Those are more the jagged pipe shapes you see, and those more imply movement in space rather than have movement.
Visitors to the Arvada Center will find some of Mangold's work outdoors too. The exhibition runs through April 1st. In the theater gallery, art takes the theme of lost and found with an exhibition by Thomas Claesson and Carl Reed.
It's all about what is art, what makes art, is it the artist that deems it art, can it just be found?
And still more questions. What is the value of objects? And why do some people hold on to things while others discard them?
This show, as much as anything, is an attempt to raise questions about those kinds of issues.
Reed, from Colorado Springs, collaborated with friend and colleague Thomas Claesson, who is not an artist, but who is an avid collector of found objects, discovered near his home on an island off the west coast of Sweden.
Everything you can imagine washes up on the Gulf Stream when there's a storm.
One piece, titled simply "Washed Ashore," stood out when he first saw it, says Reed.
And that one, the more I looked at it, I felt there was nothing I could do as an artist to improve it in any way. So that, I think, is a fundamentally important piece in the show, because that does raise the question in a very direct way, can something be a work of art if the human hand hasn't done anything to it, or what has been done to it was purely for functional reasons rather than aesthetic intentions?
Lost and Found can be seen through April 1st in the Theater Gallery. In the Upper Gallery, visitors will find the colorful works of two abstract artists.
We have Homare Ikeda and Monroe Hodder. Monroe Hodder is based in Steamboat and London, and her works are majority are these really horizontal, colorful paintings. They're minimalistic, yet they're not, because you see the gestures and the paint drips, and it's all about the paint and the thickness of it and the color. While Homare, in the unique pairing, we have some works on paper, a little more organic, surrealistic.
The Upper Gallery exhibition runs through April 29th. 3 galleries, 3 exhibitions, showcasing some of the most notable abstract artists in Colorado. The shows are free and open to the public. For more information and gallery hours, go online to arvadacenter.org.